What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chumpe channel where Monster Hunter is life. This video coming to you is the top 5 items that you need in your item pouch. I know the OG hunters is gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, I already know what I need, and that is true. And this video is really not for the people who's played this game and pretty much knows what their item pouch is gonna look like, and that's okay. This is for the newcomers, the people who have never played Monster Hunter. I'm going to give you a little bit of a head start right now. So once you jump into Monster Hunter, you have 5 items that you have to get. And no, I'm not going to say the most common sense items. If you think I'm going to say Mega Potion or Potion, man, you're not long for the Monster Hunter world. If you're not trying to bring that with you on the hunts, then I can't help you. You're dead. You're going to be dead on arrival. One of the small monsters will kill you. Number 5 is going to be Life Powder. Now, because Monster Hunter is pretty much going to be a always online or always multiplayer type game where anybody can jump in if you allow them by shooting off the flare, that means you're always gonna have to need Life Powder, because when you was playing on the previous Monster Hunters, once you went into the hunt, that was it. Nobody can join you and everybody had to wait. So if you knew you was playing solo, there was really no reason to bring in Life Powder with you, unless, not really, if you have your feline, you can heal you and your feline and you use it that way, but most of the times you'll just use that slot for something more better. But since this game is going to be usually played with a lot of people all the time, you're gonna have to have that Life Potion, and Life Potion is basically a healing potion that heals you and your party. So if you have 3 other players and you're fighting a strong ass monster and your friend get hit and he has one more hit before he's dead, you can take a Life Powder that heals you and him and gives him life. So this is why I'm saying you need Life Powder with you ASAP, all the time, 24/7. And the amount that you can carry is up to 3. So make sure you're using it wisely. Again, it's from previous Monster Hunters. This is information from previous Monster Hunters. So I don't know how many you're going to be able to hold in Monster Hunter World. I'm pretty sure they're going to leave it at the same number as 3. And just in case you was wondering how you combine, what items you have to combine to make this, you need Life Crystals and Wyvern Claws. Okay? That's what you need to combine it. So keep that in your mind. Write this down so once the game comes out, this is the items you make sure you have, or you try to get, so you can have as much stock. So when you in the battle and any of your friends jump in, you can heal yourself and heal them at the same time. Number 4 is going to be Max Potion. And I know this is the second one that's surrounded around healing yourself. Yes, because when you're in Monster Hunter, you're always going to be healing yourself. So you're going to need Max Potion. I wouldn't say you might not need it right when you get into the door. You might be able to test out the monster. You might not even need to use it. The Max Potion is a fantastic way to increase your chances of survival, as it boosts your maximum life by 50%. So if you have, let's say your life is at 75% and that's your maximum. Guess what? Once you get that 50%, it boosts it up. So that means you're good. That means your life is longer. That means you have more life. That means you can fight the monster longer. And those Max Potions and healing potions come in more handy because you're going to have more life. And it's going to be better when you're fighting the monster. Number 3 is going to be Poison, Tainted, and Drug Meat. And the reason why I'm putting all of these 3 together is because they pretty much work similarly. Maybe except for the poison one, because the poison one doesn't put them to sleep or anything like that. But the poison one does take life from them. So if they eat the poison meat, they will start to lose a little bit of life. But if they eat the tainted meat, guess what? They are paralyzed. And if it's paralyzed, that means you have more of a chance to deal as much damage as possible with you by yourself or you and all your crew together. And the same thing goes with the drug meat. But the only thing with the drug meat is once you hit that monster, they're automatically going to wake up. So when you use the drug meat, only use it if you want to capture it and get the most possible like loot and stuff from it. You capture it, or if it's for a main quest. So that's why I'm putting all 3 of them together for the number 3 spot. Number 2, even though I just came back from talking about drugging them and poisoning them and paralyzing them, Just in case if you have none of that or you don't want to bring any of that, you can always bring Trank Bomb. So once you see the monster limping and you want to get the maximum loot possible, your chances of getting rare stuff is shot up. Not immensely, but it's shot up more than if you just killed it and you carved it yourself right then and there. With the Trank Bombs, all you have to do is either wait until it's limping and then get it in a pitfall or shock trap. You just throw a couple at it and then it will be knocked out. And that's the end of your quest. And last but not least, number 1, guys. This one might be a little common sense, but I'm still going to say it because there are some times when I was playing Monster Hunter and I completely forgot it. And what I'm talking about, guys, I'm talking about whetstones. And yes, I know, why don't you always bring that with you? That should be a number 1 thing. And yes, I know, for the OGs that's been listening throughout this whole video and they got to this one and they saying that's the one you choose, I choose this one because it is so important, but sometimes you can forget it. And sometimes, yeah, they do give it to you in the beginning of missions. That's true, but it's not bad that you bring your own whetstones with you. You need whetstones. It's the most important item in your inventory. Not the most important, but it's definitely top 5 important, because when you're fighting a monster that has tough skin or a shell and your weapon keeps bouncing off of it, you're gonna need that whetstone because your weapon is gonna get dull pretty quick. And I've played when I played Monster Hunter Freedom Unite and I was fighting, I can't remember, I was fighting and my weapon pretty much broke because once it gets down to red, it gets to a state where your weapon is totally useless. And basically I was fighting and my weapon just kept bouncing off. So like I was just useless in that fight because I had no whetstones and my weapon was pretty much dull as fuck and it wasn't cutting through anything. You would not want this to happen to you in Monster Hunter World, and the reason I say this is because there's no loading screens. So if you have a dull weapon and there's no loading screens, you're pretty much dead. Because if that monster's running after you specifically, or if you're playing solo and it's running after you, that's it for you, bro. Like, you can't fight it off, and all you would have to do is keep running, or you keep dying until you fail the mission, or you quit the mission voluntarily. That's really much it. So always make sure that you have whetstones, and always make sure, even if they give you some in the beginning of the mission, always make sure to have some on you already, because those ones are one of the most valuable and important things you have to have in your item pouch. That's really it with my list, guys. Honorable mentions, I'm going to say energy drinks. Always stay stocked up on energy drinks, might pill, armor skin, and dash juice. These ones in the honorable mention, you should sometimes carry these too, but it depends on what mission you're going after. And I know when you're fighting a monster, it really just depends on what you bring with you. So whatever monster you're about to fight, that's what gives you that type of information on what you need to bring with you. And I understand that, but with the list I just gave you, those top 5 items you're going to need inside of your item pouch to make sure you have the best possible chance of killing, capturing, and fucking that monster up. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up, a comment on what item you believe is the most important item to keep in your item pouch, and subscribe like a motherfucker. Guys, we reached 3,000 a day ago. Man, let's get up to 3,100. I'm with that. I appreciate everybody here that's been supporting me and everything. Monster Hunter fucking for life. And that's pretty much it. I'm Trumpbait. Live, hunt, prosper. Peace. If you have a PS4, I'm gonna need you to go to communities, put in this name, Monster Hunter World info, and team up. I'm gonna need you guys to join up and support this community, because this is going to be for us when the game comes out, so we could team up more easily. Alright guys, go and do that real quick.